Today I'm gonna be sharpening this Spyderco Smock in Cru-wear. I did have a roll in the blade, so it couldn't really cut cardboard anymore. And it has a little, it's not really chips, but it did have like a little, like tiny little divots in it. Since there is a roll, I started on the left side first, as you can see in the video. But my problem was that since my Atoma 140 has been used so much, it was just so slick on the stone that I basically took 4.5 minutes or so and barely see any new cut cut pattern on the blade. So I switched over to the Veneve diamond stones, which the initial stone I started on was 100. I also want to talk about the Spyderco Smock for a little bit because this is my first Smock. I think the ergos are fine. It's not like, I don't think it's actually that amazing or anything. I still think the Sage 5 is a much better ergonomic knife, for me at least. I really do like the button compression lock, but when I first got it out of the box, it was really stiff. But once I started using it, it was much better. This blade does have a hollow grind, which gets it really thin at the edge. The other thing is the pocket clip. I don't really like this kind of full steel clip. I kind of actually like a wire clip. And the last thing I want to say is I really liked how they designed the blade to have such a large sharpening choil, even bigger than the Spidey Chef, since that's also different from most of their traditional Spydercos. Thanks for listening and watching the rest of the sharpening video. So right here you can see me feeling for the edge from the other side. You can kind of feel it, but I also wanted to make sure that I completely erase the original Spyderco grind of the edge. So at this point I went on to the Veneve Diamond Stone with this 100 grit side, and it definitely cuts much better than my worn out Atoma 140. At least when it's compared to sharpening the ZDP 189 knife from my last video. Even though I could like it's fine on like the paper towel, I should have stayed on the 240 Veneve Diamond Stone a bit longer instead of switching to the 400, since the 240 is closer to 300 grit and the 400 Veneve is closer to 1200 grit stone, which like it is much too smooth without like getting a clean complete burr, which in the end my tip was like, at least on one side, it was never completely removed. So you can kind of see that I kept going back and forth on the 400 grit and then testing it on the paper towel. I mean, it's fine. It's not terribly, like, especially on the tip, like, it's not terribly bad, but like, this is why I should have stayed on the 240 for longer than how I did it on the video. I'm using a rough leather strap with a 12 micron diamond compound in it, just to clean up the edge a bit. As you can tell from what I said earlier in the video, like, part of the tip, like, there's still that, like, tiny little burr there. Because, like, I didn't spend enough time on a 240 grit stone. Thanks for watching, everyone.